What's up, guys? It's Thomas. Welcome back to Dossifying. Today I'm here with the lovely Lexi, and we're going to be asking her a couple questions. You can find her on TikTok and Instagram currently, potentially other social media sites. We're not too sure yet. She's still figuring everything out, but yeah, so I thought we would get right to it. So you make TikToks now, and you have a pretty good following. Can you tell me how you first got into TikTok and like how you've kind of ventured it into like doing it like very frequently until like it's almost like past a hobby?
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy actually because I started off with a different profile, and for some reason I violated the community guidelines. I don't know how. I'm still unsure of that. I even contacted them and like asked, but I still didn't hear anything. So I kind of like just was like, whatever, I'm not even gonna make another one. I'm not gonna worry about it. But then everyone is talking about like, oh my gosh, TikTok is so fun, like you should download it and do the trends and stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I really just did it as a joke. Like I followed my friends and stuff, they followed me, and then I saw how easy it was to like go viral and blow up. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is really easy. And I continued it because I started seeing the paycheck, and I was like, okay, like I'm not mad at that. So I just continued it. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it.
So when you mean by you saw the paycheck, do you mean like you had access to the creator fund after, you know, how you
Yes.
sit? Okay.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of people that don't know, you have to have like, I believe it's 100,000 followers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's when you can start like making money.
Yeah.
But I don't know for you, but a lot of other people, like myself included, have been like restrictive in like making money. Like it's gone down a lot more than it has been like beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's interesting. I was gonna ask what type of content you make since I haven't been able to check it out. So
So it's really kind of all over the place. I think what initially got me like noticed was the like the kind of riskier TikToks. Like I know I posted one in my bikini, like doing dances in my bikini. Like I can't dance, but I still did it. People don't care about how you dance if you look like you know. I'm not gonna say that if you look good, but I'll post like questions for people to interact with, and I feel like that's honestly sometimes what makes people blow up, like having an interactive audience. So yeah, it's pretty much just different stuff. Like I'll do the trends and all of that too. So
what's your favorite thing to make on TikToks?
you said what's my favorite thing?
Yeah, like what's your, like for example, you said, oh yeah, you sometimes do dances or trends. Do you have something that you just enjoy doing, like that you post, or do you mainly just do it to think, oh, what's gonna do well?
Yeah, I think that's the mindset that I have. Like the ones that are trending, I usually go off of those ones and be like, okay, well I'm gonna try that one next. So
Okay, yeah,
that's
that makes
actually what
sense.
I did yesterday. So
Huh.
just follow the trends.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if it works for you, then I guess it works. But I was gonna say that since you are a girl, and I'm assuming a lot of guys slide in to your DMs and hit your inbox and probably say a lot of stuff, what do you think about guys who are simps?
I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but like I don't pay attention to it. So like I'll have like my normal DMs like from people that I follow, and then I'll have like my request box, and I rarely check those, but when I do, oh my god, like there's a point between like ridiculous comments that people make and like ridiculous people like comments that people make, because it's just like, what would even possess you to say that? So it's just kind of like their mindset is like, you can't get a girl like that. And it just like baffles my mind sometimes. So, but like I don't really mind it. Like shoot your shot, go for it. But sometimes you miss, sometimes you'll make it. Like It really just depends.
Have you previously given a guy a chance who was like a simp?
No. Honestly, I have not. I'm very selective on like who I talk to and who I allow to have access to me. And I know that probably sounds rude and stuck up, but I mean that in like the most humble way possible.
That sounds zero humble at all.
I know, but you gotta trust me. Like the way that I am, like I don't know, it makes sense in my mind. I'm like one of the nicest people, so it's just like if I'm not interested in you, I'm not gonna waste your time. So you're not gonna waste my time either.
No, that's true. I think it's definitely important like to just lay it out like instead of like beating around the bush or like leaving somebody on delivery, just saying, yeah, I'm not interested, whatever.
Yeah, or like just not opening the message at all.
Well, at that point, you might as well just delete it. You know?
Okay, maybe I do that too.
I mean, I guess so. Would you say then a lot of the guys that like you've talked to or like guys maybe you've dated in the past are like the opposite of simps? Like they don't give you validation?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that at all. I think that the guys I've dated have done really well in that aspect. So
Have done well.
yeah, I mean exceptionally well.
Huh. Okay.
It's not like I'm begging them to be like, oh my gosh, I need you to say this to me and do that, stuff like that. They were pretty good with it.
Do you think they did it at first and then started doing it more? Or do you think like at first they like didn't compliment you as much as then, and then when you guys started dating, like started complimenting you more?
I think it would be about the same, honestly. Like in the talking stage, like I think. Okay, so I'll just use my ex-boyfriend for an example. So we dated for about 9 months. Like we talked for probably like half a year, and like in that half of a year, he was like really good about it. It like didn't change at all, really. So when we started dating, it might have been a little more than when we were talking because he wanted to show like, oh yeah, you're my girlfriend. Like this is how I'm going to talk to you. This is how I'm going to treat you and stuff like that. So.
No, that makes sense. Then what do you after like dating a guy and like they're now like your ex per se, do you still try to keep in contact with them?
Yes, I do actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you try to be friends with them?
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Do you think
especially if the love is still there, so like
well, if the love's still there, then why would they be, you know, your ex?
an ex?
Yeah.
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, am I? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, if you catch my drift.
No, I get what you're saying. But I was going to say on that note then, for some people, like I've thought about it, on people that like you've previously had sex with, you're like not inclined to get another body. Therefore, you like sleep with someone you've previously have been with. Do you feel like more inclined to do that ever?
To like sleep with an ex rather than go get another body?
Yeah.
No, because I'm the kind of person that can just go without, as crazy as that sounds. So it's not like, I don't know, like I wouldn't just go out and catch a body, but I also wouldn't just go to my ex just because I feel like I need to have sex, you know?
Yeah. Like you don't seek it. It just comes to you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like you're not desperate pretty much, is like essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And following like the exes, did they approach you first or did you approach them ever? And have you ever approached a guy?
Okay, so with my ex, initially he approached me. It was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and I shot him down, which is probably why we're broken up now. Like, but,
let's be honest.
So we kind of like stopped talking like after that, and he kind of just quit. Like he was a simp at the time, I guess you could say. And then the following year, I reached out to him. So it was kind of like a back and forth thing. But no, I guess that's the only time I can really say that I like hit a guy up or like hit on a guy or whatever you ask, because I don't do well. Like, I'm kind of self-conscious sometimes, so like I can't just go up to a guy and be like, hey, can I get your number, you know?
Are you conscious about approaching somebody or just talking to people, or both?
Just both, I guess, because first off, I don't want to mess up what I'm gonna say, because I think too much already, so I'm gonna like have something in my head and something completely different is gonna come out and it just wouldn't be good. And I don't know, I just feel like okay, what if I get turned down? So that's another factor.
Do you think that affects your relationships at all?
What, like
thinking too much about it? No. I'm just saying, like, you said like how you approach like a guy or say something like that. Like, do you think that's possible that like that can go into other things? So like thinking, I wonder what he's gonna think if I say this or that.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I'm just a natural overthinker, so it's just like my wheels are always turning. It's like, okay, I can't say this or do that, or I have to explain myself here and explain myself there. So that's literally just who I am as a person, and I think it definitely does affect relationships, because it's like nobody wants to be with someone that's always questioning them or just overthinking like impossible situations. And right. I feel like I didn't ever get to that extent, but it's just like I know that I do a lot of overthinking, so like validation plays a huge role in like my relationships.
Like asking, is this okay if we do this, or is this alright, or does this look good? Like that sort of stuff?
Yeah. Yes. So in a way, I guess it could be like words of affirmation. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the love languages or not, but I feel like that.
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes sense. I feel like that's a lot of... It's more girls that I know than I don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, seeking validation. Whether it's from a guy or a girl, like a friend or not. It's just always like, it's whether or not you should do something, or like I said, put something on, or just for everything, really.
Yeah.
Do you think that...
Super common, I think.
Do you think that stems from any, like, young beliefs or, like, values or anything like that? Or is that just the nature of, like, how girls work in, like, society and, like, trying to talk to guys and how they're raised?
So I feel like it could go both ways. Like, people could just think, like, on their own and, like, make stuff up in their head, or they could, like, see something as a child and, like, carry that with them, or, like, something happened in their adult life to where, like, if they got cheated on or something, like, obviously they're gonna overthink everything that their new partner does, because they could be like, oh my gosh, like, this is what my old boyfriend, girlfriend did, and, like, this is the same thing they're doing, like, they're not texting me back, it's been 2 hours, like, it just, like, automatically gets you thinking like that. So I just feel like it's like a psychological kind of thing, to where you're just constantly thinking, or like something happened to you and like that's the effect of it.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see, and like how it like either changes as you get older or remains the same and maybe even gets worse. Because it's definitely like exists, I'd say more so with girls and guys. But
yeah, I think so too. Definitely see it in guys though.
Really? Can you elaborate on that?
I mean, I guess the same thing goes for them. Like, something could have happened in their past relationship and they carried it over into their new one. Like, they have all this baggage still, so they're just thinking the same things are happening.
That's kind of interesting.
Not saying that this happened in my relationship, but like...
Well, it seems like you're like thinking of an example, like you've got one in your head. But
no, I told you, I'm like good on the fly. Like, ask me anything. Not anything, but like...
no new social media. But no, I meant like in terms of when you first thought of, it goes for guys too. Like, it seems like you had like an example in your head that had occurred?
I mean, no, not really. Just like I was just saying, like it could go either way, like vice versa. Girls can feel that way, guys can feel that way.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of anything in particular. So.
Okay, that's a fair point. Definitely, I would say for like a guy's perspective, we like if there's something that we validate, we always ask. I'd say more so guy friends as opposed to asking girls, because I think that also goes with like emotion, and guys are like less likely to talk about their emotions and like feelings and stuff as opposed to girls.
Yeah, you guys aren't vulnerable.
Yeah, we can't be. We gotta act all like macho.
No, girls love when guys are vulnerable.
Oh, okay. I'm saying like from the societal standpoint, that's what we're viewed as.
Yeah, but why would you want to be part of what society thinks when you have your girl that wants you to be vulnerable? Don't you care more about what your girl thinks than what society thinks?
Some people would say not. That's real. That's argued all the time. And it's definitely something that's really hard to face, because if you've been doing it all your life, you can't just switch it up just because a person comes into your life. That's not how a lot of things work, you know? It's hard. It's it requires like consistent work on it. It's like a bad habit you have to like, you know, try to fix.
I understand that.
But on that note, I will wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. Please check out Lexi's socials down below, and check out also our socials as well. We're trying to hit 10K soon on YouTube and hopefully 250K on TikTok. Thanks for watching. Peace.
We just did it at the same time.